Hey there, Marvel fans. Ever feel like the Marvel Universe is so much more than just the Avengers and the X-Men? Well, you're absolutely right. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden corners of Marvel's vast universe to uncover some of its most intriguing and obscure characters. From mysterious heroes like Darkhawk to unexpected companions like Blind Al, and a few others you might not have heard of yet, we're about to embark on an adventure filled with surprises. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's get started on this journey through Marvel's lesser-known but incredibly fascinating characters. But before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button if you're excited to learn something new about Marvel today. Your support helps me bring you more awesome content every week. Now, without further ado, let's delve into the world of Marvel's unsung heroes and villains. Darkhawk, the mysterious hero. First up on our list is Darkhawk, a hero shrouded in mystery and cosmic intrigue. Ever heard of him? If not, you're in for a treat. Darkhawk's story begins with a teenager named Christopher Powell. Back in 1991, in Darkhawk #1, Chris stumbles upon an unusual amulet in an abandoned amusement park. Talk about stumbling upon hidden treasure. This isn't just any trinket. When Chris grips the amulet, he's transformed into the armored hero known as Darkhawk. Imagine going from worrying about homework to battling supervillains overnight. So, what can Darkhawk do? Well, thanks to the amulet, Chris gains an array of awesome powers. He can project powerful energy blasts, has enhanced strength and agility, and even the ability to fly using a retractable glider cloak. Think of him as a mix between Spider-Man and Iron Man, but with an extraterrestrial twist. The coolest part? Chris can switch between his human form and the Darkhawk armor at will, somewhat like a cosmic superhero on demand. Darkhawk isn't just flying solo. He's been involved in some significant Marvel story arcs. He's teamed up with the New Warriors and even became part of the Loners, a group of former teenage superheroes trying to live normal lives. Relatable, right? He's crossed paths with major heroes like Spider-Man and the Avengers, proving he's more than capable of hanging with the big leagues. One of the most intriguing arcs is when Darkhawk discovers that his armor is connected to an alien race known as the Fraternity of Raptors. This revelation takes him on cosmic adventures, battling threats on a galactic scale. It's like going from neighborhood vigilante to interstellar defender. While Darkhawk might not be a household name, he's garnered a cult following over the years. Fans love his complex journey from an ordinary teen to a cosmic hero. There's even been buzz about potential future adaptations. Could we see Darkhawk in the MCU someday? Here's hoping. Darkhawk represents the everyman thrust into extraordinary circumstances, a classic Marvel trope that never gets old. His stories blend the struggles of adolescence with epic battles and cosmic mysteries, making for a compelling read that's both relatable and thrilling. Blind Al, the enigmatic companion. Next up is Blind Al, also known as Althea, who is perhaps one of the most unusual and intriguing characters in the Marvel Universe. If you're a fan of Deadpool, you might already know a bit about her, but there's so much more beneath the surface. Blind Al made her first appearance in Deadpool #1 back in 1997. At first glance, she seems like just an old woman living with Deadpool, but trust me, there's a lot more to her story. Al is shrouded in mystery, with hints scattered throughout the comics, her past connections to espionage and even British intelligence agencies. That's right, this sweet old lady might have been a top-notch spy back in the day. The dynamic between Blind Al and Deadpool is nothing short of complex. They share a love-hate relationship filled with dark humor, sarcasm, and surprisingly tender moments. Deadpool often treats Al as both a housekeeper and a captive, keeping her in his home against her will. Yet they also share a bizarre companionship. It's a twisted relationship that adds depth to both characters. There are times when Deadpool plays cruel pranks on Al, like filling her room with sharp objects or setting booby traps. But Al isn't one to be messed with. She dishes it right back. Their banter is legendary, providing comic relief while also shedding light on Deadpool's more vulnerable side. Blind Al isn't just a side character. She plays a crucial role in humanizing Deadpool. Through their interactions, we see glimpses of Wade Wilson's remorse and capacity for genuine connection. Al often serves as his conscience, calling him out on his more heinous actions and pushing him toward redemption. One of the key events that highlight her resilience is when Al attempts to escape from Deadpool's grasp. Despite her blindness, she's fiercely independent and resourceful, proving that she's not just a damsel in distress. Her backstory hints at a life filled with adventure and danger, making her all the more fascinating. Blind Al has crossed paths with other Marvel characters, adding layers to her mysterious past. There are subtle hints that she knew Captain America during World War II, suggesting she's much older and more significant than she appears. Her interactions often provide pivotal moments in storylines, influencing not just Deadpool but the larger narrative as well. Al's character brings a unique blend of humor and depth to the comics. She's a testament to the idea that age and disability don't define a person's strength or importance. In a universe filled with superpowered beings, Blind Al stands out as a force to be reckoned with, purely through her wit, wisdom, and unbreakable spirit. Other obscure Marvel characters. Time to shine a light on a few more hidden gems of the Marvel Universe. These characters might not have blockbuster movies, but they have stories that are absolutely worth your time. Sleepwalker, Guardian of the Mindscape. Meet Sleepwalker, the protector of the Mindscape, a dimension that borders the minds of all conscious beings. He debuted in Sleepwalker #1 in 1991. The story kicks off when college student Rick Sheridan inadvertently becomes host to Sleepwalker. How, you ask? During a freak accident, Sleepwalker gets trapped in Rick's mind and can only manifest in the real world when Rick is asleep. Talk about the ultimate sleepwalking experience. Sleepwalker possesses a fascinating array of powers. He has superhuman strength, flight, and the ability to alter the shape of physical objects through warp beams emitted from his eyes. Imagine being able to twist reality just by looking at it. His mission is to protect both the Mindscape and Earth from various dangers, often battling creatures that threaten to invade our dreams and reality. Throughout his series, Sleepwalker faces off against villains like Cobweb, a sinister entity from the Mindscape. One notable storyline involves him preventing the Mind Spawn from breaching into the physical world, a catastrophe that would blur the lines between reality and nightmares. His adventures often explore themes of duality and the subconscious, making for some truly mind-bending tales. Sleepwalker even teamed up with other Marvel heroes during events like the Infinity Crusade, showcasing that he can hold his own alongside big names. Despite his otherworldly nature, Sleepwalker's stories often delve into very human issues, like self-discovery and the struggle between responsibility and desire. The Spot, Master of Portals. Next, let's talk about the Spot, one of Spider-Man's quirkiest foes. Dr. Jonathan Owen was a scientist working for the Kingpin, attempting to recreate Cloak's dimension warping abilities. In the spectacular Spider-Man 98, 1985, his experiment goes awry, and he becomes covered in interdimensional spots. Literally. These black spots on his body are actually portals connected to a dimension called Spot World. The Spot can manipulate these portals to teleport himself and others instantly. He can throw spots onto objects or people, making for unpredictable and disorienting attacks. Picture this. Spider-Man throws a punch and it goes through a spot, hitting himself instead. The Spot's powers make him a formidable and downright tricky adversary. Despite being considered a bit of a joke by other villains, the Spot has had some significant clashes with heroes like Spider-Man and Daredevil. His unpredictable nature and unique abilities force heroes to think outside the box. In recent comics, he's even leveled up his powers, becoming a more serious threat. It just goes to show that in Marvel, even the quirkiest characters can surprise you. The Spot's character highlights the theme that not all villains start evil. Some are just victims of circumstances or failed experiments. His stories often invoke a sense of empathy, making readers ponder the fine line between heroism and villainy. Dazzler, the disco diva turned X-Man. Now let's groove on over to Dazzler, aka Allison Blair. She first appeared in Uncanny X-Men number 130 in 1980. Originally created as a cross-promotional character during the disco craze, Dazzler is a singer with the mutant ability to convert sound into light. Imagine putting on a concert where the music literally creates a dazzling light show. Talk about an immersive experience. Dazzler's abilities aren't just for show. She can manipulate sound to produce lasers, strobe lights, and even holograms. She can blind opponents, create force fields, and unleash powerful energy blasts. Her powers make her both a phenomenal performer and a formidable hero. Plus, she can skate. Yes, roller skates were a big part of her early aesthetic. Though she started out reluctant to join the superhero scene, Dazzler eventually became a key member of the X-Men and even joined teams like Excalibur. She played pivotal roles in storylines like the Dark Phoenix Saga and Mutant Massacre, showcasing her growth from a performer to a hero. Dazzler's journey explores themes of fame, identity, and the struggles of being a mutant in a world that fears them. Her character also delves into personal issues like family conflict and self-acceptance. Despite the glitz and glamour, Dazzler faces real challenges, making her story both entertaining and emotionally resonant. Squirrel Girl, the unbeatable heroine. Last but certainly not least, meet Squirrel Girl, or Doreen Green. She debuted in Marvel Superheroes Vol. 2 No. 8 in 1991. With her squirrel-like features and ability to communicate with squirrels, she might seem a bit nutty. But don't let that fool you. Squirrel Girl has enhanced strength, agility, and a prehensile tail. Her most adorable ability is communicating with squirrels, including her trusty sidekick, Tippy Toe. Together, they make an unexpectedly powerful team. She uses her squirrel friends for reconnaissance, combat assistance, and even as a communication network. Talk about squad goals. Here's the kicker. Squirrel Girl has defeated some of Marvel's biggest baddies, including Dr. Doom, Thanos, and even Galactus. How does she do it? Through a combination of underestimated abilities, keen strategy, and a whole lot of optimism. Her stories highlight that wit and perseverance can triumph over sheer power. Squirrel Girl has become a symbol of positivity and inclusiveness in comics. Her character breaks the mold of traditional superheroes, embracing quirkiness and kindness over brute strength. She starred in her own series, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, which has been praised for its humor, heart, and clever storytelling. Her adventures often tackle important themes like self-esteem, friendship, and the importance of believing in oneself. Squirrel Girl reminds us that being different is a strength, not a weakness. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour through some of Marvel's most fascinating and underrated characters. From Darkhawk's cosmic adventures and Blind Al's enigmatic past to the unique powers and stories of Sleepwalker, the Spot, Dazzler, and Squirrel Girl, we've explored the diverse tapestry that makes up the Marvel Universe. These characters might not always be in the spotlight, but they add incredible depth and richness to the stories we love. They remind us that heroism comes in many forms, and sometimes the most extraordinary tales come from the most unexpected places. So next time you're diving into a comic or watching a Marvel movie, remember that there's a whole universe of characters waiting to be discovered. Who knows, maybe one of these obscure heroes or villains will become your new favorite. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your fellow Marvel enthusiasts. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below about your favorite lesser-known Marvel character, or if there's someone else you'd like me to cover in future videos. Thanks for joining me on this adventure through Marvel's hidden gems. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and as always, Excelsior!